Hi.
Hi, and welcome back to the Wisefab YouTube channel. Today we have something really different to show you, because Wisefab has made an EPS module for the E90 steering rack.
Electric steering rack.
So I know you guys have some drivers who have been already testing this for quite a while.
Yeah, that's correct. To be honest, this product has been in development for more than 2 years. We started obviously with pretty big prototype electronic board. It had some issues, we fixed those, we made some changes, etc., etc. So yeah, a couple of drivers here in Europe have been on this solution already for 1.5 years at least. We have a couple of drivers also in US, and also like Drift HQ is using this module on their cars right now. So it's a pretty decent product, I would say, and this testing is now over and the product is available for customers worldwide.
So when you start building a drift car, one of the main issues that you will see doing that is the steering rack, because first of all, the oil starts overheating, then you have issues with the power steering pumps, and so on and so on. And in the end, Tarmo, the E46, 36 steering racks are not here forever.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, power steering is pretty big part when it comes to drifting and suspension, or let's say steering in general. So yeah, all these things that you mentioned, I mean, there are a couple of options around. Like you can use obviously like old-fashioned hydraulic power steering system, which is, I would say, one of the best out there. Then you have all kind of electro-hydraulic systems, like using Volvo pumps, Opel pumps. But these things are sometimes leading you to some serious issues. You will have some rattle in the steering system. It's overheating, you know, all these things that you just mentioned. So, and yeah, you are correct. Those, let's say, old-fashioned hydraulic racks are not around forever, meaning that, yeah, one day you have to replace those things.
And this is the E90 steering rack, and it's, let's say, not very widely used. For what reason?
Yeah, it's not widely used for drifting, obviously. The steering rack itself, it's from E90, E92, all those chassis, also first series BMWs, so you can find it from there. And it's totally electric steering rack, meaning that it has built-in electric motor in it and the control unit. And the reason why it's not used widely is because it's not so easy that you will just connect power, like ground and plus, and that's it, and it's gonna work. Nothing like that. It requires quite a bit of information from BMW ECU. So
like mother's maiden name, what weather is
outside.
Yeah,
basically all these things, like speed information. Yeah, we can make some jokes, but basically weather information, you know, all kinds of stuff. So it gets quite a bit of information from BMW ECU, and then it starts to work. So what we have done is we have made a special EPS module, which is electronic power steering module by Wisefab, and this module will manipulate the signal so that the rack thinks that he's actually communicating with the original ECU, and it starts to work as it should.
So let me get this right. This steering rack has actually no oil in it.
Yep, that's correct. It's totally electric, meaning no oil, no pumps, nothing like that. So
nothing that would overheat and, well, sorry, but screw up my race.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, that's exactly how it is. So you don't have to even bother yourself combining different power steering pump on some random engine, because, you know, drift cars are built so that it's a mix and match thing, like having like LS engine on your car, having a BMW steering rack and some sort of Opel pump. It might not work out in a perfect way. So you have to work pretty hard to get it a decent result out from there. And yeah, no leaks, nothing like that. And your engine bay is really nice and clean.
Okay, but it is not just put this thing on and it works, but you actually have some options, if I get it right.
Yeah, that's correct. We have a couple of wires here. These are, let's say, the wires with what you can adjust the steering. Actually, how stiff it is or how light it is, that's the thing. So yeah, depends how you connect those things. You can have super light steering, you can have medium steering, and you can have, let's say, a little bit stiffer steering.
Manly steering.
Manly steering. It's not actually manly. The differences are pretty small between each other. But yeah, in general, you have three different options. I would say for street car or streetable car, maybe the medium option. But for the real proper drift car, the most stiffest one. That's the thing. Because then you have the best, or let's say, the most natural steering feel what you can have. And yeah, you can connect those wires in a different way, as is written here on the diagram. And yeah, you can choose between different stiffnesses or however we call this thing.
Okay, what cars have this steering rack?
So it's a little bit tricky. It's not a question in Europe, because in Europe we have those steering racks basically on more or less every E90-ish BMW and first series BMW, which have the smaller engine. By smaller engine, I mean 4-cylinder engine. In US, those engines are not so, let's say, common, meaning that it's a little bit harder to find it, but still those are available. And the fun fact is that you can also get it from the X1 BMW. So these are used widely by BMW. One of very important things to mention is that this module only works for that kind of E90 or first series BMW steering racks. It's not going to work with F-chassis steering rack, because the signal on F-chassis electric steering rack is totally different. We are working on this solution as well. Hopefully we're coming out with it quite soon. But yeah, keep in mind that this rack is the one that works with that kind of module.
What about left-hand drive, right-hand drive?
It works both ways. That's not a problem. Yeah, just the logo will be upside down, which is absolutely not necessary, not important thing to mention. But other than that, it works. It works both ways for right-hand drive, left-hand drive. And another thing to mention is that even if we're talking about E90 and there is E92 behind us, or at least half of it, then actually quite many Wisefab kits are adapting the E92 steering rack anyway. Let's say like GT86 version 2 and some other kits around. So you can actually use this steering rack and also like F-chassis and upcoming G-chassis kits for BMWs. Those will work with E92 steering rack. They are designed to be used with hydraulic E92 steering rack, but you can obviously swap in the electric rack as well. Like Drift HQ right now is using E92 electric power steering on their F-chassis. So you can mix and match those things. It's not too complicated, to be honest.
Okay, it sounds complicated, but the complications are taken out by your module actually. So.
Yeah. The big power cables are from BMW that will connect here. You only need to wire up those tiny ones and you're ready to go. So in real life, it sounds complicated as you said, but it's pretty easy to install and super easy to use.
So if anyone's interested, what should they do, Tarmo?
All you have to do is go to wisefab.com. You will find the product. You can read more about it from there. That's it.
There's only one option, right?
There is only one option. Yeah, no left, right, no blue, gray, black, nothing like that. So just one option, just for this rack. That's it.
Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. For more tutorials and product videos like these, please subscribe to this channel.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.